The hero archetype is the one that updates what needs to be updated. It was, it's so phenomenal. Is that Descartes? Descartes' notes? I'm sitting here talking about ergo, and the only time I've heard ergo is cogito ergo sum for Descartes. I think, therefore I am. And Descartes' entire magnum opus in his meditation that talks about if one can think, that's how they truly know they exist. And obviously taking the scientific materialistic route. And then here we are. I had no idea, by the way. No idea. Descartes' notes. Oh, man. My favorite. Okay, definitely my top 5, but he was my favorite when I was an undergrad. Oh, I'm such a nerd. Okay, Descartes' notes. Didn't even read it yet. Just saw the name. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to HDPhilosophy Plays Lies of P, Episode 4. It's a new year, so I have a new design in the back, but it kind of looks like I'm going to need some more lights just to bring up the background a little bit more. But thank you so much for taking some time to sit with me as we go through Lies of P here at HDPhilosophy, where we take some time with the classics in order to awaken that hidden dragon within all of us. So last time it took like 45 minutes to beat that police officer. So let's see what we can do this time. Hello, love. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Being able to play some games here and there while my family comes to and fro is a blessing. Yeah. I tried to have the light on, but it was really bad. So, yeah.
It's because we changed the light bulb.
Yeah, right. All right, so let's see where this takes us now. Oh, yeah, the fox. The fox and the black cat. Pinocchio's first attempt or first experience with, like, what people get when they have like older siblings, or like when you're a freshman and there's a bunch of high schoolers. It's like your first attempt at the outside world, or like a feeling of the outside world, the kind of like gang influence or peer pressure. Yeah, there we go. That's a better word for it.
To help you.
All right, so I say, so there was some things I did beforehand. We have some different weapons now. Turn this down a little bit. Yeah, we have some different weapons now. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I'm not getting that feedback as bad. All right. So yeah, I have some different weapons that I went through. See, we got this like Cloudbuster sword right here. And then this one is the Great Sword, but with the handle that makes it much lighter. So, interesting additions. We'll see how they play off. But let's continue. Game audio is a little low on my side. But looks like it's okay for you guys. That's the main thing. I want you guys to be able to hear it. Alright, so Vanini. Oops. So I think we opened up the quick entrance here, but yeah, let's go here. I was in a chat with my coach before. I was in my coach's chat because he streams as well. And they started talking about like upcoming bosses, and he mentioned the most difficult boss for him. And I was like, oh no, I had to leave because I'm trying to avoid spoilers. And now I have an idea that one was his toughest boss. All right, so I did check in here last time. Okay, we got a guy here. We had him beaten. I like that the heavy on this is much faster. Nope. Let's bring them over here where we can fight them. Okay. Oh, he's running. That sucks. Oh, the girl's running. The Harlequin. Ooh, I'm sticking to that pole. Let's go for the big boy. Ooh, I almost blocked that. See, I think I'm like double pressing my O right there. I need to be much more clean with my inputs. Tried to block to get that perfect guard that time. For those who thought you were going to see my beautiful wife on camera this time, it is not this day. I love her insight. Like, we should do like a movie meditation where she and I talk about those kind of things. Why would that miss? Is it because I didn't target him? Yeah. Interesting. Seems like the crawlers. Like the first walker. Ooh, that was a good one in The Walking Dead. That crawler. Wow. What is that? That looks like it's something on the other side. Like something exploding over there. Was that really it? Oh. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's anticlimactic. Ventured over here for nothing, really. I'll take care of you. Mr. Cogswheel. Dark Souls roll fast. It's faster. I might as well stop here, right? Yeah, so in the Pinocchio movie, the red fox and the black cat are like his first experience with peer pressure. My wife checking if I ate dinner. Yes, I ate dinner, but thank you for checking. And it's like, peer pressure is so fascinating because you want your kids to be strong enough to resist their peer pressure, but their peers also kind of give you insight into the zeitgeist that will be the world they go into. You know, if nothing else, their competition in said world. But Piaget was talking about like the going from like adolescence into adulthood. And a lot of his discussion was centered, well, actually, he had a lot of things going on in his research. But one thing I found really fascinating about his research that I actually applied to my own kids in general is their peers kind of represent the world that they're going to go into. So when the parents, when kids stop listening to their parents, which happens right around, say like 13 and 14 in normal development, like teenagers, right? The teenagers stop listening to their parents because their parents' world is archaic and outdated, at least from their point of view, right? So they start listening to their peers more. It makes perfect sense. Philosophically, archetypally, it all makes sense. So You don't want them.
For my
Oh,
sins, I must kill more puppets. More. More. All puppets must die. Every single one.
somebody's a little resentful.
I hear the sound of springs inside you. You're a puppet too. You can't fool me. All puppets must die. Kill the puppets.
I missed.
I wish I'd known. Surviving.
Shouldn't have pressed twice there. So another one, another human I have to kill, huh? If he doesn't kill me first.
Surviving is a hell of its own.
Yeah, well. During a time of survival, that's when you see a lot of things. That's when you see a lot of things like stress test.
I can't tell what's blood and what's oil.
I find that fascinating, though. So, a lot of times people will say, you know, it's what you do under real pressure that lets you know who you are, you know? And it's like, well, that's tough because what you stand for, obviously, if what you stand for is thrown out with the simplest of stress tests, well, then that's clear, you know? But at the same time, there are practical things that happen where it's like, if you don't do what's necessary, you almost become egotistical. It almost becomes that you're egotistical. You're too egotistical to do what needs to be done, you know? But I'm kind of two minds of that. I do believe that you need to be able to handle the stresses because a great shipboat captain is one that can steer in the worst of storms, not in the calmest of seas. So there is a virtue component. And when I say virtue component, I mean like arete. I mean like skill. Not moral. I mean like an actual skill. Although Ernest Sosa seems to bend the line between those two. Because he calls like virtue epistemology, for example. There's certain virtuous components. There's a certain virtue component in skill. Like if a person just does something luckily, if they're just lucky and just so happen to pull something off, that's not awarded the same type of expertise as someone who does it from a component of skill. Shouldn't have pressed again. Whoa, what was that? I got the better part of that trade.
I'm sorry. I was afraid to die.
I thought I heard my gears. Maybe that was just this opening, but I swore I heard my gears react to that right there. That kill. It almost feels like I shouldn't have. Oh! I understand where I am now. So there is a skill opponent. There's a skill component to knowledge, in that way. So where was I going with that? Where did that? Well, actually, that flowed from many tiers of discussion. I kind of remember now. There is a virtue component to wisdom. Before that, I was talking about morality, right? And the stress tests of morality. I think sometimes people conflate stress test with rationalization because having a universal code, you know, that's that Kantian in me. It was like, no, it has to be universal or it's not moral. You know, if it's just the whims of someone's tastes, then that cannot be moral at all. Venini is a jerk. Wait, sorry, I didn't get the rest of it because I was trying to remember how to pronounce his name. Oh, a resentment again. Wonder.
I hope he's all right.
So many different places. I do think reason is necessary in the judgment of morality. And I'm in good company with that assumption, or with that belief system. I'm in good company there. That often what is moral is what makes sense.
Anyone? Wealthy and dashing philanthropist in need of assistance.
A wealthy, dashing philanthropist. Who is this? This is Vanini?
Oh, easy now.
It
Don't need
is.
to kill me. Surely we can discuss this like reasonable people? Hold on. Geppetto's a friend of yours. Did he send you? I'm fine. Please, help me find my butler Pulcinella. He's a puppet and a friend. Those stalkers were supposed to be working for me, but... well, they bolted and left me to my fate. That was not helpful. My butler went to barricade the back door, and I haven't seen him since. Pulcinella has been a loyal companion. I hate to lose him. The factory is, of course, my priority. We must take it back. But please, keep an eye out for my butler. I'd consider it a personal favor and owe you in kind.
Well, the person we killed was a human, so I think we're okay there. Yeah, so back to what I was saying before, you know, in raising kids, it's almost necessary for them to see, for kids to see your way of life as being somewhat archaic. That's kind of the hero archetype right there, you know? The hero archetype is the one that updates what needs to be updated. It was, you know, it's so phenomenal. Is that Descartes? Descartes' notes? I'm sitting here talking about ergo, and the only time I've heard ergo is cogito ergo sum for Descartes. I think, therefore I am. And Descartes' entire magnum opus in his meditation that talks about if one can think, that's how they truly know they exist. And obviously taking the scientific materialistic route. And then here we are. I had no idea, by the way. No idea. Descartes' notes. Oh, man. My favorite. Okay, definitely my top 5, but he was my favorite when I was an undergrad. Oh, I'm such a nerd. Okay, Descartes' notes. Didn't even read it yet, just saw the name. A puppet cannot refuse the grand covenant imprinted upon their manufacture. It must obey a creator's orders and cannot harm humans. That's often the one that they use. But look at the puppet that was once called Fioco. Is the grand covenant flawed? The once faithful puppet now kills humans. Well, maybe because it had two competing moral methodologies in its head. It creates puppets instead of fire. It obeys something else other than humans. Oh, that's fascinating. It is as if someone is controlling it, or it has a mind of its own. Is there a difference between the two? For those who believe, since God knows everything, you are therefore what you decide is predetermined, although that pretty much goes against the free will. But if he knows what you're going to do you in fact have free will? How about seeing the divine spark in each individual right there? That kind of like that soul of humanity right there. Do we have a mind of our own if I'm led by a moral compass? One of the issues that Kant argued about with Hume, is that Hume believed rationality was only used as a way to not circumvent, but as a way to find out what one wants. So one has a desire that motivates them, then reason is merely used to seek out that desire. So Kant was like, that makes this extremely anthropological, and that's what he meant here. Was like, if you're just led by your desires, you're not making true decisions. So a mind of one's own is a complicated endeavor. And if there's a king of the puppets somewhere, a king of the puppets, like they have their own god, is it pretending to be human? Is it a simple defect? This requires further investigation. It's surprising. Fuoco's, I'm going to call him that until I'm told something else, actions were not simple obedience, but faith. Wow. Fuoco's worshipped something as God. I heard there's a king of puppets on Rosa Isabella Street. That must be what is controlling the puppets of Krat. But a puppet having a human ego is a problem from another dimension. Yes, it is. There's still a puppet secret I don't know about. Ergo is probably the key. But those guys are awakening like humans more quickly as days go by. Someone has to stop them before it's too late for the sake of all humanity. I love this. Fuoco's actions were not simple obedience, but faith. If it's simple obedience, I just do what I'm told to do. But faith is like, I have a faith that what I'm doing has a higher purpose. You see? Oh, I love this game. My goodness. I'm surprised I got that off before he did. Footsies. I'm curious. Can I knock this on this guy? Come on, walk over here. I don't even know if I can. It just kind of looks like I can. While I wait. Oh, good whiff right there. Unblockable. Oh, I got a archer back here. Better go take care of him. Oh, didn't miss that. Woo. They're not gonna let me choose that, I guess they are gonna let me. That's not good. Yeah, let's let him down. Let's play the game, right? Oh! Another one's back. And he's got a good arm. It's like the Tom Brady of puppets. Alright, let's go take care of him. Wow! Oh, if I didn't miss there. Overheat is pretty damn good. Okay, let's see. Nope. There, took care of you. And you're attacking. Let's get this other one. Nope. Okay. I keep double tapping that. Okay, he overheats when he hits me too. That's interesting. Not, oh. It's like I'm not there anymore. Pretty sick skill, though. Ooh, that was a lot farther than I had thought. Wait, it's over half, though, when I get hit. So, definitely don't want to get hit twice by that. Like swatting a fly over here. Oh, man, that was a terrible dodge on my part. Okay, that's the one that keeps hitting me, yeah? That run forward. Hey, wait a minute. I knew I took care of you. Oh, I may have taken care of him the first time, right? Alright, well, since this guy's down, let's take a look around. Yeah, so like I was saying about, like, my kids. Since when they get older, they intuitively need to see the information from their parents as being archaic, because the world that they're going into is like different than the world that I'm used to, you know. So by their logic, they inevitably think that the wisdom that I'm trying to pass down is no longer worth it, like it's no longer useful in any way, shape, or form, right? And that's like, okay, I do not want to do this. Oh, so here's a boss fight. Okay. I am definitely not ready for a boss fight. So let's go back to a stargazer. But it was my grandfather. It was so funny because I was such a fan of philosophy. I read everything I could possibly get my hands on. I want to say for the first 8 years, I just fell in love with the subject. But my grandfather's words ended up being something that had so, I would say not like so much more power, but is now up there with the wisest. Let's go level up. He had told me one thing that's an issue in Hawaii is the good people leave. And I hear this nowadays when they talk about being priced out of the islands. Priced out of paradise is what they call it. But the problem with that is if everybody who is good, that's born here but is good, leaves, then what are we left with? We're left with the worst of society, right? So my grandfather, he said, that's not what you're supposed to do. Everybody leaves the islands. That's only half of it. You're supposed to leave. You're supposed to gain the knowledge, but you're supposed to come back. And that's the Lion King, right? That's the other side of the coin. As an adolescent, you start seeing your parents' lives as being archaic. What they believe does not work anymore. And then you start to realize, actually, a lot of their knowledge endures over time. The things that they've been telling us not only are true of the past and true of the present, but will be true of the future. It's certain advice that doesn't go away, but stands the test of time. This is like the Joker in Batman, you know? The Joker is chaotic. The Joker... the Joker's plan is not really a plan. It's an anti-your plan. It's an anti the Batman plan, you know? And really what the Joker embodies is chaos. And it's like, okay, well, does the Joker exist? The Joker's a fictional character. Well, I mean, sure, but ignore that sound in your engine for like 10, or not 10, but ignore the sound in your engine for like 10 months and see what happens, you know? I remember when I was in Pahoa, and this guy's engine like collapsed on the road, and it was like, my guy, you must have seen copious amounts of rust every time you parked your damn truck, you know? And then when you left, there's just this piles of rust underneath your vehicle. What did you think was gonna happen if you ignored it for long enough? And like, that's what the Joker embodies, you know? The Joker absolutely embodies the good luck, like ignoring the chaos at the borders. All you're basically doing is you're ignoring it at the borders until it shows up in your front lawn, you know? And then, oh my God, does Hawaii have a problem with that? But like, my grandfather is the one who informed me, you go out into the world, you gather the knowledge, and you come back to your home and you save it, you know? It's not anything different than saving your father. It's basically saving what your father stood for and what they represent. You know, the old that is strong does not wither. To quote Lord of the Rings, one of the famous all that glitters isn't gold, not all those who wander are lost. The sword is strong, the deep roots are not reached by the frost. Anyway, I butchered the last part of it, but still, the part that I needed to get to you was put through to you. And it's like, man, my grandfather knew that. And it was so sad because nowadays, everybody's like, nah, just leave. You know, go where the grass is greener. But sooner or later, you're not going to be able to run anywhere else. The problems don't go away. In fact, I would argue they get worse. At least when the problem first shows up, it's much easier to take care of. This is one of the issues that people have when they argue. Like, me and my wife, we discussed this actually. Because there are some times where like my temper is just way too much and I need to take some time. But the problem is, if I take time, there's a lot of things that we lose about the argument. We can't remember everything that was happening, so it's hard to remember the motivations at the time. So one could argue that if you leave it and come back, it's actually much more difficult to slay that particular dragon. You know, it's gotten stronger just in your ignorance of the facts of the matter, you know? So it's like, yeah, good luck ignoring it. Eventually, it will be at your doorstep. This is This is one of the issues we're having in Hilo right now. Hilo, as far back as I can remember, we had what was called the Ho'olaulea. And the Ho'olaulea is downtown Hilo, which is it's a small town, is shut down. The traffic is shut down, and there's these stages that are erected for different local artists, and they all play music and everybody has a good time. It was canceled this year. And it was canceled this year because the cops said that there just wasn't enough patrol officers, but everybody in Hilo, through what's called the Coconut Wireless, it's like, it's rumors. It's the grapevine, you know, it's the Hawaii grapevine, the Coconut Wireless. They're saying it's because there are too many homeless people. And it's like, so wait a minute. We have too many homeless people in Hilo, so we shut down what used to be an annual event to celebrate local artists and local music? All you're doing is biding your time for that eventually to show up on your doorstep. If we don't do something about it, eventually the homeless epidemic will be at our doorsteps. And by that time, it will be a Leviathan. Not the Thomas Hobbesian Leviathan, but it's going to be a monster. So it's like, well, do something now. But no, we're not going to do anything now because everybody that is good leaves Hawaii. Instead of coming back and defending their family. Woo! Oh, that's very linear. Okay. Ooh, okay, don't get too out of that. Oh, that's fun. And I get the overheat. Okay. Okay. This is like the Hellboy robots. That looked like a wind-up. Anybody else? That's nice to use. Need speed. 1, 2, 3. With the overcharge at that guy. Ooh, shoot. Okay. That one did have the air of, like, coming back down. I swear, he looks like he's gonna shoot out of that. Like he's gonna fire from that thing. It's like a blunderbuss or something. Maybe it's his halfway point, right? 1, 2, 3. Second phase. No, not yet. Ooh, I'm waiting way too long. Oh. Where are you going? Alright, here it comes. You knew that was happening. Whoa! My man wants to use his gun. Thank you. I need to see that again. I need to see that wave again. Holy crap. Interesting. You know he's gonna light that up, right? That sucks. There's no way I'm gonna get it in time either. One, 2, and I'm out of stamina. Let that heal back up. I went to attack, but then I was like, nah, I should fade because it looks like he's gonna, yeah, he looks like he was gonna attack as soon as I showed up. So I was like, okay, let me fake the attack, and then I ended up dodging right into where he was. All that is glitter, all that does not glitter is gold. Not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. deep roots are not reached by the frost. In the darkness and eyes, a light from the fire shall spring. Renewed shall be the blade that was broken. The crownless again shall be king. But it's that other transition right there I'm forgetting. Old that is strong does not wither, though. Absolutely. There's a reason the old has persevered as long as it has. There's that J.K. Chesterton, that G.K. Chesterton quote, when it's like, when you come up on a wall, you got one person that says, well, I don't know what's the use of the wall, so we should just break it down. And the other one's like, until you tell me why it was built in the first place, I won't let you. Oh, man, I dodged like 3 times just to get right in there. Until you can tell me the reason for it to be here in the first place, I won't let you break it down. Oh, I suck. I got hit by that. Swing. Ran out of stamina. That sucks. Woo! I got lucky there. I did not think that was even going to get close. That's cool. One, 2, 3, and I ran out of stamina. And then, like an idiot, I attacked again. My man's used his legs there. He did not skip leg day. So, where am I supposed to go for that? I keep going right into it. It's that delay. Oh, wrong button. I got too electric heavy there. It's like I was playing Tekken again. Doria. Here we are at 45 minutes. Is it going to be another 45-minute boss battle? I mean, I guess if I'm lucky for some of these real difficult ones, right? It'll only be 45 minutes, but can imagine as this is like a Souls-like game, right? I think, therefore, I am. The therefore is my existence. How I know I exist in the world. A critique on a pure scientific materialistic account of the world used by Blade Runner and a lot of sci-fi as a way to determine if one is actually human. Damn. That didn't look like a stun. That legitimately looked like That legitimately looked like a wind-up. I know, I got to the point where I was like, screw freaking dodging it, man. Oh, shit. He turned around and chose violence. Oh, I should have known. That was a clear wind-up. Oh, shit. It's this again, isn't it? Oh, man. It's an AoE, so I need to book it. When he squats like that, I just have to book it. I know, right? So, where's my purification amulet? I think, not amulet, but it's this, right? Okay. Now, me personally, what I find fascinating about Descartes is not like proving one's existence, because I don't think that was the purpose, you know, although that is the focus, and, you know, there are a lot of people that go or argue that way with Descartes. The way I read Descartes, or the way I read Descartes, and the way I argue for the necessity of almost like, oh God, why am I going to do that? Why do I keep doing that so many times? Oh, terrible start. Is I believe Descartes was warning what happens when you go pure reason. Pure reason, pure... Wait. I could have sworn I did that already. No, So with Descartes, what I think Descartes was really getting at was the limits of reason to gather information using the senses about the real world, which is a scientific account of the world. Because at its foundation, if there isn't this leap of faith in the goodness of the world, or not really, it's like the confidence that what you're seeing is in fact reality and you're not being deceived. So for Descartes, he needed to bring back a benevolent God that wouldn't trick us in order for us to start gaining certainty about our senses, or certainty about the things of which the senses can inform from a baseline of reason, like pure reason, not pure in the Kantian sense, you know. So, and it's going to take me a lot more research in order to gather my thoughts, but I keep doing that. That little sidestep hesitation that he does throws me off every time. I don't even want to waste my blue on this. That was funny. It was almost as if he read my input there. Should have known he was doing that, right? And now I'm gonna die. So that squat or that furnace is there. I need to recognize that. But in pop culture, Rene Descartes, I think therefore I exist. An existence argument that, you know, if I think, I must be sentient. Which isn't the argument he was making. What he was saying was, look, your senses can deceive you, right? Here's even worse. Your senses can deceive you all at the same time because you could be in a dream. Since there is no universal symbol to let you know that you are in fact dreaming, this whole thing, this whole existence can be like a Matrix-like dream. So, your certainty of your senses, the certainty you can gather from your senses is non-existent because you could be fooled. This could be a dream. And he goes even farther to be like, you can't even gain certainty about the outside world because you could be being deceived by an evil genius, you know, like a devil. That's the Cartesian devil right there. But there's still one area of certainty that you could still hold on to, even if all your senses are being fooled. And that is, if you're being fooled, there still needs to exist something out in the world which is being fooled. So, the very fact that, I'm getting hit for, that's not even a mix-up. That's like 100%. That's not even a 50-50 to me. That is 100%. So, if you're being deceived, if all of this is false, a false reality, there still is something being deceived in the first place. Just from the fact that you are thinking means there exists something out in the world that thinks. So, it was a way of him finding certainty in the midst of hyperbolic doubt. That's what Descartes' argument was for. Not to, like, demonstrate that an AI thinks or that an AI exists in the world, you know? Because there's a lot of issues with that right there. Like, so consciousness is a tough area in philosophy on just what we mean by consciousness, you know? Is it epiphenomenal? Is it just a byproduct of our actions? Just like the steam is a byproduct of a steamboat, you know? The steam itself does not produce any of the momentum. It's just a byproduct of the engine itself, you know? It's like, well, is consciousness just epiphenomenal? Is it just a byproduct of our modes of operation and how we move through the world? But in pop culture, Rene Descartes has become like the argument of AI. If an AI exists, if an AI thinks, it thus must exist. Like, well, I mean, how do you prove it's thinking? I hate the idea, like the Deus Ex Machina, or the Ex Machina is the movie, that like if you can fool a person. I've always hated that. It's the same argument I hate for like the whole trans debate. I hate that same argument where it's like, well, I can tell, you know? Your ability to tell and not be deceived does not mean or correlate to certainty whatsoever. John Searle proved this with his Chinese room experiment, you know? Like, imagine somebody gave me instructions that every time I saw this certain symbol, I would switch it with a Japanese symbol, right? And they gave me those instructions. I think this is this is. And, wow. So they gave me instructions that every time I see this Japanese symbol, or every time I see this English symbol, I write this corresponding Japanese. Wow, I keep getting hit by that. I write the corresponding Japanese symbol, all right? And so somebody sends a poem, a wonderful poem, and in English, and I just look at all the symbols and I translate the symbols into Japanese, and then I expel the poem to whoever wrote it, right? And then somebody who reads like fluent Japanese looks at it and goes, you know what? This is fluent. This is how the speech patterns correlate. This looks exactly like a affluent Japanese speaker would have produced this poem right there. Does that mean I understand anything of the poem itself? No. I'm just merely translating symbols. So this whole idea that like as long as I can fool somebody who speaks affluent Japanese, then I must speak affluent Japanese. Terrible argument, as proved by John Searle. If I didn't press it twice, I would have had much more time. Immediately when I got in there, huh? I almost got hit by that again. And I got hit by it that time. I guess since I dodged it so well the first time, he had to be like, nah, I'm not letting you do that again. That was a stupid throw. I shouldn't have. I mean, I wanted the life so bad. I went for it and I died for it. What are we at? An hour 14. An hour minute. That sucks. I mean, honestly, this guy's not so difficult on paper. It's just he's got a really good toolkit for when you're far away and when you're close, you know? It's like when you're close, he switches into this mode where he's just swinging for the fences. And when you're far away, it seems like he can just do that all day. He can just spit those things all day. He can just fire all day, so... Oh, I'm glad he went that way. Let's let my stamina recharge. Boy, oh boy, did he wait for that. He immediately turned around and attacked. Boy, I like ran into that, didn't I? Lucky there, actually. Oh, shit! Bullshit! That, well, I wasn't close to it that time. It's like playing a Mortal Kombat zoner. Like, you just gotta frickin' take your time and find a way to get in there. Paid for that. Paid for that too. Oh shit. Damn it. One, two, three. He came down! That's right! He swings up and comes down! So freaking close! Oh. Oh, frustrating. You notice how he is absolutely okay just far away shooting? So if you do not move up to him, towards him, one of those lucky little fireballs hits you. He's golden. Like, honestly, there's no drawback for him. It's not like he has stamina to worry about or anything like that, you know? If you're far away, he'll just keep shooting to the end of time. I did try to guard there. Ha, I didn't press anything there, apparently. I mean, I thought I did, but... See, that's what I'm talking about. Must be nice to have unlimited stamina, unlimited movement, unlimited ammo, unlimited anything. Like, these fuckers don't need to rely on a goddamn thing. Yeah. As soon as I let that rip, I freaking knew it. Thought I dodged, but, you know. I had a feeling the way he was turning. I just gotta stick to him like glue, because, like I said, if you're far away, he'll just keep spamming the fireball, and the oil, and the fireball, and the oil, and the fireball, so you have to stick to him. And then when he gets to that thing, run. He gets the AoE run. And see if I can just avoid all the arm swings. But we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him soon, and then we're gonna continue. I'm not gonna just stop after this one. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Play it smart. Interesting. Then I get hit with the simple shit. Jesus. He's using that to get his frickin' distance now. Oh, boy. Damn. No. I thought I... What did I pop then? I literally thought I put that thing on and purified the overheat. That's why I switched. That's frustrating. When you actually think you do it. don't even know why I have the other one on. The Fable. I don't even know why I have that. I don't see Thermite helping. Yeah. Use items. Okay, here we go, here we go. I know what I need to do. It's just I don't like the way he like goes about. I don't like the way he goes about his infinite ammo. I don't like that. I don't like that there's that unrealistic aspect of the game as far as bosses go. I could be wrong, but I felt like the old Dark Souls at least tried to pretend enemies had stamina. Wow, right into it again. So hard to see. It's funny that I'm actually in a point in this fight where I prefer he do that. I prefer he do that swing. That's so funny. And that's what's kind of awesome about the game. Like, in the beginning of the fights, I was like, oh, not this again. Oh, not this again. But as you get used to it and the the boss throws out way more nuanced moves, you get to the point where you're like, oh, thank God they're doing that. All right, let's see. Let's go see. Let's go level up and see what that guy gave us. I know I need better lighting. It's like I have this spotlight here, but I need more in the background. Oh, the blue fair's gone. I haven't talked to this fool in a while. Hello, puppet.
To Hotel Krat. The Stalkers are Krat's vigilantes. There are two groups of them, the Bastards and the Sweepers. The Bastards are an organization of guards for the Alchemists and the Workshop. Motto, honor or nothing.
Honor.
The Sweepers
God,
are
what
an
a beautiful
organization
word.
of guards for the old families of Krat. Motto, we always repay what is owed. Historically, the relationship between the two groups has been turbulent.
but most were killed in the puppet's full-scale attack. That is what little I know beyond the hotel walls.
Honor is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
If it isn't my savior. Glad to see you made it back in one
One
piece,
reason why
my friend.
Vegeta is one of my favorite anime characters. I still haven't really gotten into why I like Vegeta. I mean, there's so many parallels in our lives, but being proud of your family heritage, Vegeta taught me a lot about that right there. Even though there's a lot of weaknesses and ignorance that exists within your bloodline, like for him the Saiyans, for me it was obviously the Hawaiians, you know. Even though there's a lot of ignorance that exists, you can still be proud of their accomplishments, proud of what they've been able to do. And Vegeta taught me a lot about loving that part of you, you know.
There you are, my boy. My savior, yes.
Honor.
That's the word.
Pride.
You took back the factory and I cannot thank you enough. Without the factory, no more new puppets.
Is that a good thing?
The army has run out of recruits. My friend, you saved, well, all of us. But listen to me going on and on about my concerns, and I don't believe I've even introduced myself. Signor Lorenzini Venigni. Gentlemen, bon vivant, and at the moment, utterly at your service, my... If the name Venigni rings no bells, perhaps you've heard of Graz's Prince of High Society. That is because they are one and the same. Just two of the many names I've collected in my 3 decades here on Earth. While I sincerely believe meeting Venigni is its own reward, I have not rewarded you in the more traditional manner. Please, take this. It's a grinder stone that keeps granting special attributes to the grinder. I hope you'll put...
You can equip the special grindstone on a grinder through the Venini and the Stargazer. There are different types of special grindstone that grant you different effects. Nice. So, like, grind and add or imbued fire or something like that?
My eyes do not deceive me. I just designed it, set it aside, and never got back to it. You are really interested in the arm, I see. Then, my friend, you shall have it. It just needs a few mechanical adjustments to fit your... I will also add what we brilliant inventors call modularity. That means it will be much easier to improve and repair since you'll be able to use commonly found parts.
Updates.
You might say this arm's new abilities are... Legion.
I know, instead of using like multifaceted when we talk about meaning or something like that, we should use Legion. You know, the way we analyze their world is Legion.
A stargazer is a survival device. It powers itself by accumulating, and the stalkers installed stargazers all across. If you want to test your skills or try new techniques, head for the garden. Don't look at me like that. I know my way around.
I really liked the damage this guy was doing. So that was worth putting the money into. I did get some use of this in the beginning, much more fast, stick and move style, but there's probably a better way to use my stones for that because, yeah. I think I'm gonna wait. Okay, let's go upgrade. Oh, what is that?
Amatsa, that is one slick prototype. You think it's a tram for crickets?
Not quite.
Felicitous salutations, my friends. My name is Signor Lorenzini. Behold, Venini War. When I broke ground on this place, all my life, from boy but today,
I was just
golden era is
I was just thinking about Beauty and the Beast and how Beauty's father was an inventor and how everybody in the village considered him a madman. I was like, well, of course, if you're a small village, small remote village, isolated from the rest of the world, you are too far in the realm of order. So anybody that comes up with new ideas are often considered cockamamie, because most of the bright ideas don't work. Like, creative people really need to be lucky and have the right idea at the right time for the right species, or for the right people, the right people of that time, you know? So I was just thinking about that and kind of smiling to myself. Of course, inventors, people who literally look at the world differently, are often called madmen. Maybe that's why, if they're rich, and this is what we were discussing, I think maybe in episode 2, maybe it's episode 3, but I remember mentioning that there is a utilitarianism to a person's wisdom. If they have great ideas, but they don't come to, or no, not great ideas. If they have just ideas, but they're just off the wall ideas that don't produce anything, have no utility, they're called crazy people. But if they're off the wall ideas that have a lot of utility, and when they're used and implemented into the world, they change everything, they're considered, what was the word I used? It was a much more positive word, on the way we quirky. They're just quirky, right? Increase handles motility. A crank thing and chains awareness prompted. Okay, how so? Probably should have listened to it, right? Well, these are the cranks that I own currently, right? Ooh. That's everything, right? Yeah. I don't know. I just like the purple, apparently. Heavier. Good physical damage. Bad on electric and acid, but much better on fire. I just went against somebody at fire, though, and electric resistance. I have a feeling we're going to have electric resistance soon. 0.03, though. I kind of feel like that's not it, but let's be honest. You think they're going to throw another fire one at me? That's a bait. They're baiting me. You can craft Legion arm with the Legion plug. Use a Vanini crafting machine at the hotel. Gotta be this, right? Nice. Deus Ex Machina. So, throws it to the ground. Okay. That's pretty cool. Aegis guard. Man, I don't know. I have a pretty good guard with my... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get some distance. Okay. So what is that? What is that that's needed? The Legion plug. All of them require that. Ooh. I actually have the flame bird. Alright, well, that's good. Burning flames. Kind of dig that. But the falcon eyes. Modify Legion armor. What do you mean modify? A movable charge enables moving while charging. Well, that would be nice. Oh, that actually would have been really helpful to get in close when... I kind of like that. I like movement options like that. That's why. Yeah, I like movement options. Like move enables dodge after hit. Interesting. The Hornbug. Especially with my heavy weapon. Okay, so. Okay, okay. Is that every time, though? So then, do I hold it? So, if I do like that, it brings them to me. If I hold it, it brings me to them. Okay, good to know. I like it. It reminds me of Angels and Demons. Great book. That's the Dan Brown book where they were talking about the sculptures in Venice or Rome during the time of the Vatican's transition between popes.
No idea, so many. Thanks for keeping me company.
I'll use my power to help. I am able to wield ergo. They call me a listener because I can hear ergo. I inherited the power from my mother, who hated it, called it the devil's power. So I kept it a secret that I could talk to puppets.
Plot
now
thickens.
you are the only one my voice reaches. So I beg you.
Your mother, huh? Okay. Ah, I didn't get another quartz. Wow, those suckers are rare indeed, huh? Alright, I saved Vanini, so...
Remember, I didn't design every puppet in Krat. It is not surprising that some puppets broke away from the Grand Covenant. I've no idea how many. I remember a few ergo puppets behaving according to their own volition before the frenzy.
Well, that would start it, wouldn't
our
it?
intention. They were never designed to act that way.
How many were designed to think on their
If a puppet
own?
starts acting on its own, does that mean the puppet has free will? Or is someone else controlling the puppet?
Isn't that the question? Even God, who created man, didn't act in the way that he intended. First thing we did is ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So So this idea that they'll do what they're told. Yeah. Not according to the great stories. Store you. And the broken hero. Good. Well, I guess I can use those and then power up and then go, right? Tomorrow I will have my one-on-one with Zane if you all want me to post that. I am getting much better with lab coat, so my team is coming around. I wanted to sharpen, see what it does, but obviously I can't do that here. Okay, I need more. Yeah, I need more stamina. I was gonna say vigor. I need more stamina. So a little bit to stamina, a little bit to vitality, and we're good to go. All right, let's continue on this wonderful new year. Let's see how long. 135. Okay. It's like it wants me to go back here for some reason. You know. Probably have to go back and see what's going on. Maybe I'll do that on the outside. Then again, I don't like to play this when I'm not recording because I want you folks to see that as new things come up, you know, I'm experiencing them with you at the same time, all brand new. Or else what's the point, right? You know, I don't know if I ever... Power. I don't know if I ever went back to the fox. Like when I met the fox and the black cat, I didn't keep going. So let's go see what happens there. Was that here? No, it was here. Yeah. Okay. My peer pressuring peoples. I love that, like I said before, I love that they made the fox a female because you want to talk about what peer pressures men? Women. Women that look at the gang of hooligans and pick out the one that has the most potential and pulls that one from the crowd. And humanity moves forward for it. Really? That fall? Ah. Okay, so the black cat and the fox. Where are they? My Cloudbuster sword is imbued with lightning. I wonder if I'm going to regret killing that person. Come on, drop. Oh, love it. I love dealing a lot of damage. Okay, they were there. They're not there anymore, but I did not check out. I did not check out here. Wait. You can only do that once? I'm not going to waste it on these guys, man. Ah, shucks. I had a feeling. better make sure I keep an eye on that gauge. After that giant swing, there's a noticeable lag. Well, not lag in the game, but like my ability to actually do anything after that. Used the Trinity key. Oh boy. Question of the day. Did this factory worker ever think he would be destroyed like a puppet, right? So what are we going with now? Masonic symbols, Illuminati, or in very philosophical fashion, the tripartite soul. Oh, wow, that's a nice... I really like that outfit. Is the character info the one that has the outfits? Costumes. Wow. This one's just a shout out. Actually, this one looks sick. I wanted to play through it with his regular attire, but I really like this outfit. So I will go with that. Now, I don't need to go with the whole, you know, what is that movie? I want to keep saying Departed, but no. I don't need to go with the whole The Butcher, right? Gangs in New York. 3 create 1. So is it a riddle? You who open the door, be the one. Be with the great one. Right? Be one with the great ones. 3 create 1. Are we truly free? Only if we have a moral compass. In my opinion, we are only free if we have a moral compass. I don't know if it... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it picked it up. Yeah. Not saying anything I don't believe here, which is why you folks are going to hear some of the same things repeated, because I'm not saying things I don't believe, you know? So... Oh, that's pretty cool. Come on, drop down. Yeah, drop down. Boom, boom, boom. Huh. Suckers are kind of hard to hit. I missed this last time though. I came down here, and then what? Because yeah, I saw them down there. Then I took this left and then this right. Okay, that's why. Bless you. Did this factory worker, I think he'd be killed like a puppet? I love the way they dressed back in those times. Man, oh man. I had a premonition. I was like, shoot, I'm not going to be able to dodge. Come on. Jesus, come on. I'm gonna have to buy some more of those. Swordsmanship Master Amulet. Love it. I should equip that just on prestige alone. That's all it does, is the wear and tear. Ah. Dull. Pop. Wasn't even that good of a shortcut, right? It wasn't that close. Back here. Yeah, it wasn't that close. Got about 50 more minutes in me. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that was it, right? Oh, okay. Oh, no, down here, down here. All right. How much you want to bet? As soon as I press a button, he's going to do something. Ooh, a saw blade. Yay. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. That's where we crossed over there. Well, that's it from this side. Unless I've missed something. Pull the lever! Something's happening. Nothing here, though, right? No. Nothing here either. It really sounded like somebody else's footprints, right? I'm not just tripping, right? Am I something great yet? Do I have 3 other great things with me? I wouldn't even begin to remember if anything changed here. I feel like Gandalf right now. I have no recollection of this place. Unfortunately, I can't use my nose. When in doubt, follow your nose. Ah, okay. Back here. I have a feeling, though, where I was supposed to go. It's not that way. Like, I feel like there's a closer stargazer from the lever that I pulled. So let's go back up here. the way the echo appears here, it just really sounds like there's somebody else walking around, you know? Alright, so I pulled that lever. This? No. Huh. Alright. No. I'm playing like Shadows of Mordor. A part of me wants to just go into stealth mode and then take them out. Doesn't look like something's new down there either. Alright. Like playing Shadows of Mordor on the side. So in a Lord of the Rings phase right now. It's been so long since I watched the movie with my new eyes. And I'm watching it now and I'm just like actually getting choked up. And I don't get choked up often. Yeah. But, wow. There's a lot of doing what one ought to do, you know? Shouldering the burden, whether you like it or not, you know? Because somebody's got to do it. And so much. There's just so much in there. What a masterpiece. I can't wait for the next saga. The next masterpiece saga, you know? Like, Lord of the Rings was that great. And I've always loved Star Wars. For those who don't know, I mean, you know, Darth Vader, you know, one of the more tragic heroes that I just absolutely love. But, man, Lord of the Rings. There's some bad Star Wars movies, and don't let anybody fool you into saying, like, all the Star Wars movies are great. No, they are not, you know? But every single Lord of the Rings movie is a great movie. And I mean the Lord of the Rings ones. I guess you can call The Hobbit, you know? I guess that would be a good counter-argument, right? Well, what about The Hobbit? I don't particularly like The Hobbit, but I'm not talking about The Hobbit. I'm talking about Lord of the Rings. Well, then people would be like, well, I'm not talking about Star Wars. I'm talking about the prequels, you know? No. I actually meant, like, the 6 Star Wars movies. I love Empire Strikes Back. I mean, A New Hope. A New Hope is good. But I actually put... was that Revenge of the Sith above that. I actually think Revenge of the Sith was incredible. It got so much crap, and maybe I'm a little biased because that book was one of my favorite books when I was really into reading Star Wars. The one by Matthew Stover, Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3. Phenomenal. Phenomenal book. It just absolutely fixed everything you could really say that went wrong, like Anakin's fall took too long, or the tension between him and Obi-Wan, or the tension between him and the Jedi Council. It's like Matthew Stover's book fixes all of that. It's funny you wouldn't let me, like, roll even. I do have to remember I have that. Yeah, Matthew Stover's book fixes all of that. So, like I was saying, there are some bad movies. I do not like Return of the Jedi. I don't. Ewoks, I can't stand the Ewoks. Obviously, the rise, the tension in Luke Skywalker to save Vader was amazing. But oh man, the whole second Death Star, you know. And, like, how long it took for them to find Han And then how like Lando Calrissian kind of just took over for Han, you know? I won't even go into the sequel trilogy. Oh my god. But for the prequels, I thought Revenge of the Sith. Like, for me, Empire and Revenge of the Sith go back and forth. Because I do love Empire. I do love its dark roots. I do love the storytelling. I do love how it wasn't afraid to go against the common narratives that you hear, you know? And then, like, just Vader is so awesome in Revenge, in Empire. But Revenge of the Sith, Fall of Anakin, wow. The fight between him and Obi-Wan, a masterclass in swordsmanship. Just loved it. But there are some bad movies. But with Lord of the Rings, all three Lord of the Rings are amazing. And I know the arguments like the MacGuffin, you know, the MacGuffin argument. I get you. When it comes to the ring itself, you know, it's a MacGuffin. But also, there's a symbolism of greed in there as well, you know? But they play with a bunch of... Oh, Moonstone of the Covenant. Are we doing that? Are there certain covenants I need to subscribe to in this as well? But the symbolism of greed, makes so much sense when it comes to like Saruman and industry. But also at the same time, the hobbits. How the hobbits were isolated from society, you know? But it was their isolation that allowed them to just be, well, you know how they were ignored by everybody, right? Their isolation allowed them to resist the temptations of the ring, you know? Well, at least Frodo's one, you know, because he was a rare one indeed, right? But how long did Bilbo have the ring? Shouldn't have attacked there. Yeah, I knew it as soon as I hit the button. I knew it was overkill, but that's alright. I wanted to hit it anyway. Still had one more in him, huh? More weight. It just increases the weight limit by it itself having more weight. That's interesting. So far I have the max HP and increased damage inflicted on puppets. I don't think I'm going to trade it for that, for weight. I should be coming up to a new Stargazer soon. Oh, look at that. As if it heard me, you know? The power of words. The Moonlight Tower. I wonder what the Moonlight Covenant is. I'll use this to go back to Krat, and then maybe I'll find out something about the Moonlight Covenant. And then we'll end for today. This is a new one, the Pipe Wrench. Slash and stab. Yeah. Number 2 still has that sparkle that irritates me every time, so I'm probably going to have to find out what that is. Maybe on our next trip I'll go back and try to figure out what's going on there, and then we'll move forward. Actually really enjoyed this session with you folks.
I'll use my power to help.
I really did. That was fun. You're gonna no, nothing about the Covenant. How about you? You know anything about the Covenants? Well, you know about the Grand Covenant, but no. So what is this Moonlight one? Is it even like is it even an item? What is it? This should be in storage. The gestures. Chat ground. It looks like a superhero landing. Alright. Oh, I should look up how to use the extra bag. I'll do that off screen as well. Materials. Oh, that's good. Okay. Blade upgrade material. Oh, okay. It upgrades a special blade to +3. Okay, okay. It wasn't a Covenant. That's kind of a bummer, actually. Can be used at the Cracks Calling in front of the boss area to summon a Spectre. Alright, you know, y'all know we're not doing that. Yeah. We are trying our best to go through without using that on the first try. I don't know why we'd use it on the second try, to be honest with you. You know? It's like we get better. We get better and then use it. I don't know, maybe like on hard mode or something.
I know my way around a weapon.
Okay, I really dig. Oh, so Crescent Moon stone for this. I didn't have a Crescent Moon stone? I thought that's exactly what I had. Dark Moon. Moonstone of the Covenant. Okay, so that's something completely different. So I can't upgrade it. I should be trying different weapons though. So let's try to at least assemble a different weapon. Let's disassemble R3. Yeah, disassemble that, disassemble that, disassemble that, disassemble that, disassemble that. Alright, now let's build one, okay? Salamander dagger blade, baton, and fire axe. See, I'm already doing a lot of damage, so I'd want something fast. Something on the faster side. So maybe the dagger blade, yeah? Okay. And then what do we equip that with? Payback swing with a pipe wrench handle. A knife with a pipe wrench handle. Let's see, salamander dagger handle. Fire axe handle. Ignite, endure. That looks like a guard point right there. Endure. Strike chance. Absolute defense is what I have now. Smash, payback swing. Patient slash. Retreating stab. Well, I mean, that's the salamander, so it's the same thing. Let's try with the pipe wrench handle. Payback swing. And let's just see. Told you I was in a Lord of the Rings kick. Oh, wow. That's, yeah, look at that. Yeah. I already have something that's heavy like that.
I know my way.
looks faster. Yeah, much. Okay. Okay. Stab, stab, stab. I think that works pretty well. At least we can try it out, right? I saw that. It just said extra bag. So I hold X for extra bag. Is it really that simple? Huh. Is there a store? Oh, the merchant. That's right. There's a merchant, right? Put that on the up. Fabled catalyst. I don't know. Throw some saw blades on the left. Maybe another throwing thing on the right. Alright. Throw, throw. I don't even know what this is. What's last resort? So it releases all of the P organ's energy at once. Immediate character death upon use. I don't want that on there. What is this? Teleport tool? Yeah, okay. Teleporter. Alright. Yeah, I kind of want down to be that. Yeah. And so left and right will be throwing things. There we go. I want to buy more purification. But I did get that star, the quartz, right? So let's upgrade, and then we'll end for today. And I'll see you folks tomorrow. In my overexposed place. I wonder why all my stuff turned off. Is there a timer on this? I think there's a timer on this. I should turn the timer off. There, 6-hour timer, so that way it doesn't turn off. I wonder how long it was like that. Oh well. Still new to the whole thing, but I'm enjoying myself. I hope you all see that. I am enjoying this. Okay, so. Guard. Oh, there was something specific I wanted, right? Increased stagger duration, which was nice. I actually seem to be getting stuff out of that. Now. Enhanced fatal attack. Enhanced. I don't know about that. Oh, wait. Link dodge. Enables another dodge in the middle of the dodge motion. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. So let's get our charged stagger attack. Cannot equip multiple quartz from the same type. What does that mean? Oh, okay. So I need something like this or this or this. Okay, so enhanced fatal attack, pulse cell charge. Lower damage when discharging. Lower damage while dodging. That's actually pretty good. Charge Legion arm when eliminating an enemy. Charge Legion when eliminating an enemy. Lowers charge attack, stamina consumption. Perfect guard, fable charge, enhance. Increase weapon durability. I don't like the items, so I don't really use them. But the ability might be good. I don't use the Legion enough for that. Lowers charge attack stamina. I do use my charge attacks quite a bit. So yeah, let's do that. Bam. And then now, I get another dodge. Yes. Alright, and we'll call it there. Thank you all for joining me on this this episode 4 of our Lies of P playthrough. And like I said before, take some time with the classics, because you'll be surprised as they awaken that hidden dragon that exists within all of you. Have a great one. Take care. See you next time.